Hi everyone, I'm Leo Kastetner and welcome to A Founder's Life. This is a quick recap of some of my favourite moments from season 4.
It doesn't matter what society has told you, what your parents taught you, what teachers have taught you, what your bosses have said. You get the right to choose. And if something isn't working for you, you have to accept what is, but it doesn't mean you have to stick with it. You get the opportunity to say, I am no longer comfortable with this part of me. I'm going to start taking steps and actions to change that so that I can have a life that feels balanced.
I say all the time, there's a time and a place. There's a time that you got to be the best dad. There's a time you got to be the best husband. There's a time you got to be the best friend, the best CEO. You cannot be the best of all of that simultaneously. It's just impossible. But what you can do is recognize the moments when you have to be the best at the thing in that particular context.
The one piece of advice I would give to an aspiring entrepreneur is to relentlessly distill, and focus on what's most important for the next cycle of your business or of your growth. And I had to learn how to become a growth leader. And as an entrepreneur, like focusing not on the ability to scale this thing to 10,000 users or 100,000 users or anything else. Like, let's get to the user of 1 and then 2 and then 3. So relentless distillation and focus is the advice that I would give an entrepreneur. It's the advice I would give myself. And in going back to any stage of my career, it's like, determine the most important thing, do that thing, allow others to bring ideas, but be good at saying no.
My biggest thing I love to share is you miss 100% of the shots you never take, which is a Wayne Gretzky. And I do it myself too. And I think that also goes into the whole imposter syndrome or think that I can't do things, right? And that's when it's like, oh, I'm not going to call that person that he or she's the CEO, or I'm not going to apply for that, or I'm not going to do that because I'm not good enough, or they're going to say no. But if you don't ask, then you're not going to know.
And unfortunately, many people come out of suicide in different ways. It affects everybody differently. But I love my father and I love my mother, and they taught me good values. And I remember my mother saying, when you get into university or college, go figure it out. There's nothing here for you. We got no money. There's nothing to come back to. And I remember how mad I was at her for telling me that I'm going to have to go figure this out. But it was the right thing for her to do. And today my mom's in her 80s, and I thank her for it today because she knew I would be able to figure it out. And such, sometimes when it's the whole Cortez, you have to burn the ships and you have no option B or plan B, you do figure it out. And I've learned that in life, that I can figure anything out. So adversity means nothing to me. I just, I built stronger and stronger over time.
People always talk about how life goes very, very fast. Especially as you get older, it seems like life speeds up. You remember when you're young and time kind of goes on and you're really taking everything in. And you get older, it just feels like week after week, it's just flying by. And the reason being is when you're young, you're experiencing all these new things that you've never experienced before. And as we get older, we stop experiencing all those new things. And so life starts to speed up. So the fun aspect of it is when you're experiencing these new things and traveling and seeing the world, it slows time down a little bit. And I just find that really enjoyable.
If you missed any episodes, this is your reminder to go back and catch up. Season 5 is on the way, and I promise it gets even better. Make sure to subscribe. And if this show has meant something to you, please share it with your friends.